Let's continue when we read 1 Corinthians 15. He said, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the hour, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and authority and power. For he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be conquered is death. Right? For he shall put all things under his feet. But when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, right? Which did put all things under him. And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him and put all things under him, that the hour may be all in all. Else, what shall they do which are baptized for the dead, if the dead rise not at all? Why are they then baptized for the dead? And why stand we in jeopardy every hour? I protest by your rejoicing, which I have in Yahushua, our Lord, I die daily. If after the manner of men I have fought with beasts at Ephesus, with what advantage it me? If the dead rise not, let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. Be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of God. I speak this to your shame. Right? So we are going to be mortal, yo. The scripture said the last enemy that shall be conquered is death. Right? And we're looking for that day when we be mortal, yo. We're looking for that day when we take on the body of Yahushua. Yahushua say, he shall take away this vile body. See if we can find that. Right.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 verse 54. And start of 53. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall he brought to pass the saying, what is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
Right. So before we can put on an immortal body, and before we can put on an incorruptible body, see, in the mind of the change up, scripture say you don't take new wine and put it in old bottles. You see me? So that means that in order for you to get an immortal body, you have to learn to have an immortal mindset, yo. See, in order for you putting a one godly body, one righteous body, your mindset have to change to one godly and one righteous mindset, yo. Right?
Say, put away from the mortal thought.
Right, gun. Here we go.
Burdens men.
Right. Why? Because you're no longer going to be men, yo. You're going to be gods. You're no longer going to be mortal. You're going to be immortal, yo. Therefore, the little things that we have worry yourself about every day, what the normal mortal man worry about. You yourself not supposed to worry about them things, yo. Because we are trying to attain immortality, yo. Everlasting life. Right? Right?
And it's 1 Peter 1. Let's start 22. It says, seeing ye have purified your soul in obeying the truth through the Spirit and to unfeigned love of the brethren, see that ye have loved one another with a pure heart fervently, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible by the word of Yahweh, which liveth and abideth forever.
Right, so to the word of the Most High, seeing spiritually we are now made clean. Right? God. Right, and it's telling in Psalm 32, blessed is the man, seeing whom the Most High, Psalm 32, bring out a point.
Psalms 32 verse 1. It's a Psalms by David. It says, blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile.
Right, that's the part we want to bring out, yo. In whose spirit there is no guile, yo. Because spiritually the elect are going to be pure and perfect, yo. Right, that's why the scripture saying in Revelation 14 that these are they which are not defiled with virgin. And that's why I say again in 2 Corinthians 11 and 2 that I may present you a chaste virgin to Yahushua, saying, so spiritually, within your spirit, you're supposed to be pure, yo. Right? So it said, in whom spirit is no guile. So though we walk in sinful flesh, after the spirit, we serve the law of the Most High. That's why I'm being partial to the Romans 7. See? So with the flesh, you get it? Right, go on. See? So it's all about attaining spiritual perfection right now in the truth, yo. See? And immortality within the spirit, yo. Getting into that immortal mindset, yo. Getting into that kingly mindset and that royal mindset, yo.
Rulership mentality.
That rulership mentality, yo.
It's a Romans 7, verse 5. It says, for when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in newness of spirit and not in oldness of the letter. What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Jump down to something. What would I do that?
Alright, this is 14. It's a Romans 7 verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, soul under sin. For that which I do I allow not, for what I would, that would I not. But what I hate, that I do, that do I. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. For then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For the will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good that I would I do not, but the evil which I would not that I do. Now if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then in the law that when I would do good, evil is present with me.
Right.
For I delight in the law of Yahweh after the inward man.
Right, and that's the point, right? So with the spirit, in the light after the law of the Most High. But what? So but I see.
But I see another law in my members warring against the law of my mind, and bring me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members.
Right. Continue.
O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, our Lord. So then with the mind I myself serve the law of Yahweh, but with the flesh the law of sin.
Right, so the point is, yo, so to get pure and righteous in the spirit, yo. When the scripture saying, I think in Matthew when you say, saying that your father said, be perfect as I am perfect. You're not talking perfect in the flesh, yo. We never go and attain perfection carnally, yo. Right? Because Paul has explained to you, within your flesh is sown iniquity, yo. Saying, and they tell you that in a second Ezra too, the seed of evil is sown in the heart of Adam from the foundation, yo. So your flesh are gonna always go off, yo. But your conscience and your spirit supposed to always be right with the Most High, yo. Right? Because then you're gonna be on the right side of the Father, yo. And the more you feed the spirit, and the more you're gonna be able to control the body even more, yo. Even though you might not always be able to have a full control over the body. Seeing, but the more you do, you're living at the spirit. Seeing is the more you're gonna be able to conquer the body. You made a precept there. Living at the spirit. Galatians 5. Living at the spirit.
And it's a Galatians 5 verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to another, so that he cannot do the things that he would.
Right, and the same thing Paul explained in Romans 7, yo, saying that there's a war in thy members, yo. War against, war between the law of the mind, which is the law of the Most High, and the law of the flesh, which is the law of sin, yo. So there's a constant struggle between the spirit and the flesh. But if you walk in the spirit, meaning you occupy yourself in the scriptures, occupy yourself in the brotherhood, seeing and in these prophecies, doing sit downs, doing lessons, going on the highways and the byways, reading, praying, fasting, all these different spiritual things, yo. You're gonna have less time to walk in the flesh, yo. Less time to be exposed to temptations and them things there, yo. See, because if you don't, see, then the lust of the flesh are gonna pull you. And you're not gonna do the things them scripture say you cannot do the things that you ought to do, yo. See, them things that happen to you. See? So at no point in time we can say to ourselves we have this under control. We have the flesh under control. We never have it under control, yo. It's a constant battle. It's a fight, yo. And I think either Plato or Aristotle, one of the philosophers say, yo, the noblest and hardest victory where you can ever win is victory over yourself, yo. Right? And you never are gonna win that victory until we're sitting on those chariots, yo. You're not gonna ever win that victory, so it's a constant battle, yo. See, you win some, you lose some. Hey, as the elder brother Yashua Wamba say, you take some L's, but you get up and you come back, yo. See, we're gonna lose some, yo, because we in the flesh. You should just say a righteous man fall sometimes, but he get back up. Right? Right?
He said, but if he be led of the Spirit, ye are not under law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envies, murders, drunkenness, revelling, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
Right, so the more you don't dwell in the spirit, and the more you're going to lean over to the thing that you're saying, hey, a perfect example is adultery. See, if you flirt to the demon of adultery, seeing you don't walk in the spirit, because the spirit, what the spirit said, seeing sitting at the tower with another man, woman, this time I be inclined to it, that's what the spirit said, right? But if you don't walk according to that, and you walk according to the flesh and you tell yourself, no, I have no control, man. I have to connect one, man. I mean, no, I'm enough to do. But you realize you spend a whole lot of time with her. You realize, yo, you start like her. She starts smell good to you. Her smile start look nice. And then the demon jump on she and start rub up her leg for you kind of something. See, in the reason, the scripture say, oh, can a man go on at cold and his feet need not burn? Yeah. So you're going on, you put yourself in a situation, you're going to commit iniquity, yo. See?
Hey, the scripture say, oh, the law is a light unto thy feet. Right? Now, if you're walking in darkness, you're not going to know which part you're going to see, if everywhere dark, you're not going to know where you're going to lick up. This is me and I don't show them something. There's something that they think they're obstacles that they're going to look up in. Adultery, envy, and them something. And they walk according to the spirit.
Right. Hey, you have brothers, which are not even brothers, but men in certain camps, I keep on malice, envying, they strive over simple things. Seeing men keep things on them heart for years, having them fester and them things. These are not the things of the spirit, yo. Right? The scripture says we're supposed to have fervent love one toward another, yo. See, we're supposed to have that bond of perfection, which is love, yo, and charity. See, each brother esteeming another better than himself. See, look not to your own thing, but look to the things of another. All these things say, yo. And if we live according to that, we're good. Right? Continue. Yeah, man. That's good.
Galatians 5 but the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Come on, next one.
Them thing went out.